Okay. I wanted to talk about the major scale. The major scale that you probably know in some form or another from your music education or from actual bass lessons that you might have taken sometime in the past. This is a very basic thing, and this is something that I can't stress how important it is. It might sound a little bit of a boring thing to do in a way because it doesn't sound particularly groovy or hip or interesting when played as a scale, as a succession of notes one after another. But it's the foundation of all modern music, basically. So once you understand this and you can identify the notes on your instrument and you're able to play this scale, from there you have a foundation from where you can start building a number of things that get really, really interesting and are going to be applied universally to basically most of all music that you're going to be playing ever. So the major scale, as you know it, is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I'm playing the scale here in the first three strings of the bass in a position that allows me not to have to move my hand anywhere, and starting with my middle finger here on the third fret. This is probably one of the most widely known and used positions for this scale. So you can move this into here and start exactly the same shape that we were just doing on the E string, on the fourth string of the bass. I would look like as you can see, that's the same shape we are doing here, but moved right here. So there's a pattern that moves according to basically what the design of a bass or a guitar is, where you can move different shapes to different parts of your fretboard by keeping the same shape and moving it up one string or down one string, etc. So from here, if you start the scale from the fourth string, what we just did is this. You can do this here. Again, slower. Which is basically starting with your fourth finger here and going with your shape into the left. This is very important. because it allows you to play the scale without having, if you're playing here on the 5th fret and you want to play that scale or something derived or similar to that scale from there, you can move into that direction without having to move your hand and doing something else. And the other variation that we're gonna see now is going into the opposite direction, into the right, where you do again. Exactly the same case, but the opposite, going into the other direction. So from here, from this C here, you have these three. Now, it's very important that you start identifying where the notes are on the fretboard. In general, if you play a keyboard, which I have here, that's the C major scale, and what happens in a keyboard or in a piano is that the notes correspond to the white keys. I'm playing only white keys here. And on the bass, you don't have that. On the bass, you basically don't have any white or black keys. So it's really important as a musician for you to be able to identify where those notes are. It's kind of a foundational thing where you know your way into the fretboard, and from there you can start building a number of things. And of course, this is the C major scale, but you could be playing any major scale, like A major or G major or D major. But the way to get started is with the C major scale, definitely. So, do you know how when you play a piano and you play only the white keys, everything sounds kind of fine, like very consonant, just to put it some way. Again, this is not something you are given on a bass. You need to know how to do that. So you could, once you know where your notes are on the bass, you can start playing. As you can see, I'm playing more notes than the one that I just described. So I think one great exercise that you can do is repeat the patterns that I just showed you, But start figuring out the rest of the notes, because we're definitely not covering the entire fretboard here. So for example, if you have what if you want to keep going down from there? Try to think about what notes you're playing and try to identify those notes. Keep in mind that this is the same scale that repeats all over the fretboard. So if you have a semitone here, that repeats itself. Or and something to note as well is that all of these patterns are very arbitrary. When we do I'm doing that, but I could be doing combination of things, and in particular, if you're gonna go more than one octave, there's a million ways to decide where your notes are gonna fall in that path, because you could do So I suggest you start practicing this, which is a very important part of your foundation. Let me know in the comments if there's any questions you might have, or any observations. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video where I'm gonna keep talking about this and what are the things that start happening when you start skipping notes, and instead of doing, you do, that's a triad, and that's a very foundational element as well. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.